viewers across the world of Edu Television. Today, we have Mr. Bhatt with us, Mr. Kris Bhatt. He is the senior principal of NPS International School, Singapore. After meeting him, after seeing him, I found one saying pretty right that not all good looking men and women become actors and actresses. Majority of them become principals also. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Pranav.
Sir, I'm very curious about one thing. How did this idea of getting into education came? How it started? We want to know your journey as an educationist. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, there are, if I have to give you a count, about 20 odd teachers in my family. My father was in the profession. My mother, two brothers are teachers. One of my sister is a teacher. So I can say that it's already in the family. That's one thing. Secondly, when I was growing up, my father always used to talk about how it is being so nice to be interacting with children. He likes the way he interacts because there are individuals who can reply back to you, who can talk to you, who can share their views, who can share their ideas. As against some other profession, actually he gave the example of a profession of a banker where most of the time he or she is dealing with money, though they do talk to people, but hardly there is a personal connection. So it is in teaching profession, that's where you get to make those personal connections. And also you get to make a difference in the life of those individuals who do seek for advice and support and guidance. And teaching as a profession actually provides all of this. So that actually drew me into the profession. So I came to teaching profession by choice, not by chance. So that's where I'm at. And I enjoyed teaching in spite of me being a principal for the last 19 plus years. I always taught a class or two because that gives me the opportunity to go back into the classroom, get to see what is happening at the ground level. And children actually do share many things with you when you are in the classroom. So I'm enjoying the last 38 years as a teacher. Yeah.
Sir, what is your message and advice for the professionals who are in the teaching profession and the people or students who want to get into teaching? What is your advice for them?
Okay. Teaching profession, of course, when I started teaching in the early 1980s and to now, there is a huge shift in the way the profession has moved on in terms of, there is a boom in knowledge, there's a boom in technology. The children who are coming into our schools are actually born into the digital world, whereas teachers of my time or the teachers who are already in the profession definitely have that gap in their learning with respect to the IT and knowledge, etc. So obviously they may think that we are bit on the wrong foot or a back foot to provide those advice and guidance. So first of all, the teacher should not feel that he or she hasn't got that ability. You're in the profession means you have made the choice to learn those new things and do the difference, do the right things in the class to make a difference in the life of the child. I quote Simon Sinek here. Simon Sinek actually says that it is that attitude which is very important. It is not just the skill. So if as an individual, I would like to be a teacher, I would like to make a difference and give back to the society. This is one of the easiest profession where we can give back to the society by sharing that knowledge, sharing the skills, sharing that understanding, and making the difference. Tomorrow, if the child does very well in his or her life, then I think it's we who are those teachers who made this difference will feel very proud. I can quote a couple of my students. One of my students back in New Zealand, when I taught him the New Zealand, the physics course in year 12 and year 13, currently he is the All Blacks captain. All Blacks is a New Zealand rugby team. And I feel very, very proud. There is another child who is actually, he had the department of mathematics in one of the universities, US mathematics. So there is a girl who is in Australia. She is doing quite well. She says it's because of me. She is doing physics. So all of these, messages from the children will only help you to make better and help you to feel better. And this is the only profession where an individual can actually always get these feedbacks year after year and feel proud of, because we are making the difference. So anyone who wants to be a teacher, please go ahead. You are going to make the difference in that individual's life, and they will remember that for a long time.
Thank you so much, sir. And my last question, what majority of the teachers or people get into this profession is, sir, is the teaching profession same all across the world, or is it different in different countries?
Expectations are even different within the country, within the region. So
Okay.
school to school, the expectations will vary, because it is because mainly how the cohort that is coming into your school, what is their economic background, what is the social background, what is available that for them. So based on the individuals that are coming into school, they are coming into your school, obviously the expectations differ. If you look at globally, yes, how teaching and learning is delivered in India, for example, is definitely different to how teaching and learning is delivered in New Zealand, or teaching and learning is delivered in UK or US, etc. So in some countries, specifically, I can give you the example of New Zealand, because where I worked, it is more of a student-centered. There are no textbooks. There are only standard curriculum. It is the responsibility of the teachers to go to the classroom and deliver the lesson around the standard curriculum and source the resources from wherever they are available. So there is a freedom for the teachers to choose how he or she is going to deliver the lesson, and the freedom is also at the student's end, and we provide them how they want to learn. So learner is involved in the process of learning. And in India, we are moving toward that process. National education policy, or the new education policy, is actually going towards the competency-based learning. It means it is putting the ability of the learner, and we should change our way of teaching and learning to suit that individual A, because individual A is different to individual B. So that's where the major difference is. But as I said, it is very nice to see the current government is moving towards a new education policy and trying to give that freedom for the child to have their own way of learning. And also the assessment. I come back to the assessment. Foreign schools, Western schools, the focus is not just on the assessment or not just on the mark. It is a process of learning. What at the end of the day, the child is going to get out of being in the class for 45 minutes, for 1 hour, and how they can actually go back into the real world and apply that. Previously, when I used to go to school, that wasn't the case. And it is nice to see that we are moving towards what you learn in the real life, how you can see the relevance in outside, and how you can apply it. So I always say in my presentations, learning has to be real, recent, and relevant. So this is where the gap is. But as I said, we are moving towards bridging the gap. But Western world, more child-centered, teacher kind of facilitates and guides. And in Indian systems, it used to be teacher dominant, but as I said, moving towards in the right direction. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kris. I'm sure, as what we have seen after pandemic, a lot of students, they aspire to become teachers now, and they majority teachers are doing pretty well also. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I am Harshini Sudarshan. I am a grade 12 student studying at Delhi Public School, Bangalore East. For those of you who are watching, at EduTV, we are having a program where we conduct talks and interviews between students and university outreach heads in order to find out more about the colleges that we want to join in, and what these colleges and universities are offering to us. So, all of this between a university outreach head and a student in order to get answers to questions that every student like me has. So, we're inviting all university outreach heads and students to tune into this. EduTV is also having a taster program, and some of you may know what it is. It is just to get a taste of college life. So students are taken on a visit to the university or the college premises to get a taste of what is actually college life in those 3 or 4 crucial college years of your life. So you get to know about placements, job opportunities, careers of the future, what that college or the university has to offer to you, how campus life is in general. So that's what EduTV has to offer to us. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining with us.